occultist. I shouldn't. I knew I should have switched shifts today.
Death walks with me.
The lay people have huddled together like a herd being chased by predators. Faded gazes, bent bats, and crimson kisses, and batons on their bodies, and yet shadows of smiles touch their dirty, burnt lips. As a strange pair, like a hammer and anvil, sends sparks into the air with every word. What are those two talking about? A hammer and an anvil. And then the lover smacked you right in the kisser, hot. Give or take a tooth. This is nothing. Bruises, burns, cuts. That's just life. They remind you. They remind yourselves how you come home after your shift, having changed your ration card for a bowl of soup. How your little ones gulp that bowl down, then they fell asleep, feeling a little better. I say that's worth a hard day's work and a punch in the face. He smiles, broad shoulders and a rusty beard. He is not afraid to share laughter with others, and so the crimson shades from the beatings never leave his face. His voice is bright and sinuous listened to, and sonorous and listened to. Not everyone here is as chipper as thick-skinned as you. A bowl of soup is great, he says. And what about having to choose which of your three kids gets it? Is that great too? Beatings are nothing, he says. Remember when enforcers broke your arm? Since you couldn't work, your wife had to pull 3 shifts. She collapsed at the lathe, and the conductive charge burned out her eye. None of us deserve that. Deaf and unyielding, every word hurts, but she is forgiven for her sincerity. They listen to her pull together. They listen to her to pull themselves together, to share their common pain. I will come back later. My hunt has just begun. Shadow heed the voice of the crowd. The lay people have huddled together like a herd, choosing. It's for the same.
My visions showed this path, and many others.
Sing this way. Old burns towards across her body in a scarlet blotch. She looked at contempt, a heavy baton covered in blood, and symbolizing boundless power, like a fierce leather whip. She lashes with both her hand and her gaze. What are you looking at, you beggar? You finish your shift, you go to the barracks, you start your shift, you check in with the foreman and get to work before Madalu comes to pat you on the back. Matilda. And Matilda, I presume, is the wonderful, not at all intimidating but down at your belt. I guess our disguise is working. Well, I'd rather not spend the next few weeks in the med bay because of a misunderstanding. He breathed. His breathing has quickened. Flaming voice always makes jests when he's nervous or irritated. Do enforcers infuriate him? Infernus Master, Master Arms, apologies for not recognizing you, ma'am. We are conducting an inquest to answer the spinner's questions. I hope your report will be useful. What can your stars reveal to me? Yeah. Want to pass that. Fuck. It's fine. We didn't really do anything. they're right there, so that works out. Day after day, she watched the serfs labor away, exhausting their last vestiges of strength, and there is no compassion in her eyes. There is simply a reassurance um, she is commanded to use and then discard. She hates them because she blames them for her pain, her wounds. Nothing about important during the hunt. Tell me what you know, and I will listen. The workers hide their eyes, but I can hear the murmurs echoing through the bay. There is an impotent rage in their hearts directed at Whip, for she is the embodiment of the very order they despise. But why do they not realize that the enforcer is a shield as much as a lash? Some of the people I escort to the other side looked at me with the same way. Looked at me the same way. In the past, I did not understand, but now, do the lay people see spinners performing their duty to the Undying One, or enforcer performing theirs to the domain as monsters? Nothing is unimportant during the hunt. Tell me what you know, and I will listen. A group of workers wearing red scars were seen in the department just after the attack on the shrine. The foreman stated that they were at work on the freight line. No gunpowder on their clothes. No fresh wounds. Too many of them have started wearing red masks, and it muddles the trail. But we also found some red stars and bloody rads in one of the shredders only shortly afterward. We sealed off the exits and reduced the air supply to the maintenance tunnels to the absolute minimum. Now you can't stay in there longer than a few minutes without passing out. There's no way the bastards could have left the plasma chamber. They are definitely in here somewhere. Like snakes, the servants of the Nemesite have shed their skin. The red scarf is just a distraction. Do I sense the touch of his will? The Undying Emperor wishes to bestow revelation upon me. In this trying hour, let his tarot show me the way. I breathe an essence made of the ashes and blood of the faithful. It enlightens the mind, granting it the grace of reading his signs. A wave of epiphany sweeps thoughts away, pulling me into a blessed trance. My fingers move on their own accord over the sacred deck and draw a card. It is the martyr. I see a tear of blood wash over the pale features in the image, and they shift, becoming Whip's face. A potent from him, the Undying One blesses me to take Whip. The minions of the Nemesite fear her. When her soul is delivered to the Undying One, the traitors will feel invulnerable. They will crawl out of their holes and fall into my web. I know how Whip's thread will end. Do not sever Whip's thread without a blade, for the serfs would recognize me as one of the spinners and lose all courage. But the spark of the machine spirit in the plasma drive chambers has already claimed the lives of many. I will use this and thus, and the web will be spun. So I need to murder Whip with an accident.
The web beckons.
What happens if I hit that now? Shit, nope. Wait. Here she comes. And now.
No sleep, no rest, only duty.
Is there a
only
better
death.
spot? To the hunter. Ah, I see now. Come on, bitch. Get the water. Zappy, zappy.
Follow my steps.
Loot. Georgia, I know why the Emperor ordered you to kill her, but we must see to it that she did not die in vain. Pop a save. From a shadow. Held together. Hammer and anvil. 2 bruises burns. Horses broke your arm. Sees anyone fallen into my web. Heard the news, Lieutenant got fired in the wires. A brutal end for a brutal woman. That calls for that's called justice for every broken bone, for every gab of spit on our faces. Good bloody riddance. Yes, just as long as they don't pin her death on any of us. Frightened herds frightened the frightened herd sways, humming with whispers. In their eyes, the fear and anxiety flickered, careless, suggestible people. I'll come back later. The snare has been set.
Death walks with me.
These gray hands. What am I missing here? The Overseer. Plant a rumor of an impending raid among the workers using a local gossip.
My visions showed this path, and many others.
Emergency repair worker. Who would be a local gossip? These guys? Was a furnace emergency repair worker. Somebody has to be afraid of death. Okay, so we can't get up to there. Ah. Long time no see, Spindle. Tell me, what does silence taste? What does silence taste like? Are they using a secret code? Without flaming voice, he would never even speak to me. What's that? Another grab a drink? Bomb ass blueberry wine. Everyone knows silence doesn't have a taste. Like anything, if you want to earn rations, you better start dealing in words. Sorry, charging cord not turning open shit. In rations, you better start dealing in words. He speaks casually, but his voice is slimy and slippery. His eyes are as dirty as an oil-stained garment. The impudence in his the impotence in his gaze and words when he turns them to us. He is unclean and he knows it. He is repugnant. He's unrepentant. That's a funny look, Einrich, and you have a funny looking company. Are you here to sell or to buy? But before you answer, remember the first rule. Every word has a price. We bargain for information with the soil life now. It is the duty of every servant to aid of the road trader and his associates freely and willingly. To aid the road trader and his associates freely and willingly. Oh boy, here it comes. Who's that with you? An enforcer and a spinner? Do you want me dead? If anyone sees me talking to you, they'll snap my neck. So off you go. The peddler of the words trembles in fear for his life. I must exact answers from him, but by what means? Trolling stimulant of the needle tip will loosen his tongue. What is it, this feeling so calm? Fine, ask whatever you want, but then leave. My reputation cost me a lot of blood, and I didn't earn it to have it trampled in the dust because you people happened to stop by. One glance is enough. You are a liar and a manipulator, peddler, peddling with other people's secrets and not knowing how to keep your mouth shut. You become the bait, sowing confusion among the minions of the Nemesite, who hope to wait out the lockdown. They think they have enough time. I will deprive them of that convenience. Where do things stand in the plasma drive chamber? Speak briefly, speak sense. We just had an enforcer die. I swear she did it to herself. Stepped right on a wire and riled up the machine spirit. You lot be careful now. There's a bunch of workers in the far corner who now gather between every shift, whisper to each other. They don't invite me. They say I talk too much. Well, if they're scared of my tongue, that means they have something to hide. And of course, everyone's talking about Nemesis. Sure, the foundry and the chapel were bid, but he's been helping people all over. A lot of folks are sticking with him now. You can knock my teeth out if I'm lying. I'm lying. Don't got many of those left anyhow. But I'll tell you this. Even if someone finds him, they won't rat him out. Set up the snare. There'll be a raid soon. Be careful. I warn you in appreciation for your cooperative nature. The information is not meant for his ears. Really? I see. Well, if that's all you wanted, then I go? Go. Stained and be my herald. It is difficult to admit, but I do share the Master Arms indignation. We came here to get information about the traitors, not to reveal our secrets. When the renegades hear the coming retribution, it will make them nervous, prone to mistakes, likely give themselves away. So it's done in the service of Domini. You are free to believe me or walk away, reveal the truth to the enemy, and they will harm themselves with it. But for them to take the bait, it must be compelling. Yes, I see.
No sleep, no rest. Only duty, only death.
Right. See a lot. Have all taken off your red scarves? No longer feel like playing Nemesis, do you? They throw huddled together in a pile of sweltering bodies, filthy and battered by the enforcers' batons, reeking of sweat and disease. Their hearts pump blood faster and faster through bulging veins as two of them send red-hot sparks into the air with their words like a hammer and anvil. Your plan appears to have worked, Spinner. The air itself is charged with something, and it is not the conductive charge. The serfs, they are stirring. Listen to the rapid beating hearts. The lay people are frightened and angry. They feel the impunity that sprouts like a weed upon the whip's demise. Upon which demise, they feel the threat crushing them from the upper depths, but both imminent and inevitable. What are those two talking about? Hammer and anvil. I can hear their whispers, insidious and deafening. No longer do they laugh with the others. No longer do they pretend. The enforcer is dead, and punishers from the upper deck will soon follow Nemesis' trail. This is our chance. We need to act. This is it. I can sense the prey is closed. They have little fear of giving themselves away anymore. They need a spark to ignite the flame, something that will convince Nemesis' followers that they are strong and the dominant servants are diminishable. Move is spun, but I am not ready to chase my prey into the snare just yet. Later. Wait for the moment, then light the spark. They tell us this is how it's meant to be, just because they were born on the upper depths and we down below in the darkness. Is it really the God Emperor's will that they grow fat on the fruits of our labors, revel in luxury while we die without water or medicine? Hammer's voice rumbles and lay people listen, their hands clench into fists. No matter how hard you work, they will wring everything out of you and give you nothing. Who allowed this to happen? The road traitor, his name be damned, a Grotz on the throne, a tyrant throwing our bones into the furnace for his protectorate. Shut your foul mouth, void dog. Flaming voice, no, it's too soon. I understand your anger, but you must temper it. What did you say about the Lord Captain, and who gives you work, food, and shelter, you insolent deadbeat? I can see why you've gathered here, and I will not let you start another rebellion. Why are you reaching for your Vodcaster? If you do not disperse, I will give the order to vent the plasma chamber. You have 5 seconds. 4. The tyrant's lackey. If you do this, you'll die with us, you madman. To protect the Lord Captain and crew, I see you've never met an Infernus before. Their faces are twisted with fear, Will they retreat? Will they flee? Will the hunt be thwarted? No. Small flowing blade flies out of my palm and draws a scarlet line across Anvo's chest. If I had wished it, he would be dead. But I wished it, she would be dead, but she continues to breathe and to bleed, and to scream fiercely as she looks for me. The Lord Trader's assassins are here. Look, they wanted to kill me. Find the assassins, the spark is lit. Oh yeah, I didn't end all of you. Lay people pressing off from all sides, pushing and shoving. Their faces are ablaze with terror and rage, and the violent energy boils to the mass of bodies. This power will be difficult to contain. Frightened people are dangerous people. This hunt was meant to go differently, but such is the Undying One's will. One voice rises above the others, the voice of a burly bearded technomat. Low as the roar of the furnace. A technomat, low as the roar of a furnace. Furnace smells of sweat, sacred unguents, and he is not afraid, he merely pretends to be. With a shudder of terror, I hear excitement. Do we deserve to be executed, my brothers and sisters? Have we not labored with the sweat of our brow? Have we not perished from the outburst of the raging machine spirits? Why do they call us rebels? Why are we being punished? Furnace words make the crowd seethe and move. Take a closer look at Furnace. Strong, heavy, enormous hands with whose blows should be feared, and great belly that has become a symbol of its success. He does not starve. So those who follow him will not starve either. A powerful leader recognized by the whole pack. Feel the flowing rage. The flames burn high, for this is a strong fuel at its heart. These people have amassed among many grievances. The enforcers are cruel to them, for they believe that fear eradicates treason. The officers, despise them for their clothes and hands are filthy. The quartermasters rob them and withhold what is owed to them, for their clan is not strong enough to make demands. They are vulnerable, their hearts are vulnerable. The Undying One commands us to spin a web to catch such hearts before they plunge into the abyss of treason, and so I am spinning the web. But there is something else mixed in the righteous indignation, something that taunts them, excites them, angers them. It is something foul hovering in the air, aberration. Think of me. I turn my thoughts to him, for it is his people who are standing before me. What would he do, the one whose thread I anoint with my blood? Which of you was that dared to call the Lord Captain's judgment unfair? I demand to see the accuser. Already you are rioters in everything but name, but you ask why you have been shown no trust? They grow still at the thought of it, as though a sheet of ice had formed on the rolling surface of a water tank. No one dares to be the one whose name is spoken. No one dares to leave the crowd and lose the potency of anonymity. Why are you surprised? Have the officers ever treated us otherwise? A new voice, sandpaper rough, tears through the rumbling of the crowd. Its owner, ragged and filthy, with a feverish gleam, burns in his eyes. His words inflame the people's minds, and the rot festers upon a wound. Rot cries out mockingly. That's because you're afraid of them, but they're not afraid of you. They have the almighty baton. They have an almighty baton. All you have is the source of power that feeds the whole ship. Why shouldn't they take you for granted? It serves you right, you cowards. He urgently shrieked, his ugly shrieks spill like venom upon the sweating faces as they slowly draw closer and closer. Sense the smell hanging over the crowd. Take a deep breath and something stupendously nauseous and luscious disturbed my senses. This is no ordinary odor, but something subtle and foul. It carries the same stench as rot. Skinny and scrawny, Rot leers at me with his gaping mouth. He is a nobody who has nothing. His body has wasted away from disease. His hands are 5 fingers short. His face is sealed. His fate is sealed, and that makes him convincing. Everyone knows he has nothing to gain for himself, and thus no reason to lie. His poverty is his armor. Gotten hereby chastise this compartment for its profane thoughts. Have been heard and will not be forgotten. Takes care of us all, for such is his burden, but he cannot save everyone. He only cares about his flunkies. The bio spraying from Rod's mouth sizzles in the workers' minds like acid. It is burning them. It's burning them through. We will not commit rebellion, but we will not allow ourselves to be slaughtered by villains. Either the law, the emperor on our side. A young woman steps forward, slender and supple like a rapier. If you want to crush us with the fear of death, let them kill us. It will only prove our righteousness. The ringing call is a command pressing itself into their hearts. The foul stench of sacrilege almost knocks me off my feet. That tantalizing elusive scent of rage. It is more than a stench, it is a tool, the weapon of the despicable trio which they use to influence the minds of the laity, invisible intoxicating their minds. The crowd reeks of flowing treason. I delve down into the rot and realize what it is that rejects his will so. His sacred privilege is being attacked. He alone chooses who may journey to him, but these 3 instigators, they are determined to make this decision for themselves, dragging the souls of all around into the fires of violence with them. They are impotent upstarts who put themselves above him, and above him the second spinner of the blood-spun web, his chosen servant. The realization of such audacity burns my very soul. And I take an idle swipe at Rapier's face. Seal your whips, heretic. Faced with the blade, all the strength and authority have been erased from her features. The crowd looks on in horror at the one whom just moments ago they had been willing to die for. They have seen how easily her power was overthrown, and how they are seized. Now they are seized with fear. At last, I perceive a glint of understanding and a willingness to listen on the pale faces. I point to Furnace, Rot, and Rapier, and I know that no words are necessary as the crowd speaks out for me. Traitors! A hoarse shriek rises from their heads. Strike down the heretics. Within moments, the raging mob begins tearing, punching, and trampling the 3 seditionists, reducing them to nothing but a mass of flesh and bone. This is wrong. I need them alive. Stop the mob, Justice. The crowd is too enraged. Salabat Montet, assist me. My words are drowned out by the bellowing men who looking to kill. I look for those who volunteer to assist me. They are nowhere to be found. Then ends quickly and bloodily. The delicate flesh did not withstand the rage of those who realized that they were almost sent to their execution. It did not go the way I had planned. The smell of blood lingers in the air like a stench of impending defeat. 3 broken bodies lie before me. The crowd tore them apart, squeezed the life out of them, and rendered them useless. Thoughts of Dome and Ignatius. What did they reveal to me? Fuck. Yep. Shit. Yep. Mm, that smell. Tate's terror have been heard and will not be forgotten, and hereby chastise this department for its profane thoughts. Cannot save everyone. Throw a knife. Stop the mod's justice. Put my blades to work. It's too late. The crowd is too enraged in fear of any more violence. It thirsts for blood. And those who I wound stream with ecstasy, glorying in their agony. Haha. Very little, the faint trace of the vile mutation that twisted their bodies, the foul sense of corruption emanating from their meat, the deformed, strangely colored brains in their trussed skulls, and that spawned the heresy of sedition. What will the appearance of the survivors tell me? They huddle in the corner, terrified by the blood dance. They no longer think of rebellion, only of keening of my blades. Only the keenness of my blades. Are they still alive? The threads have not yet been cut. I realized with astonishment that they are standing close to me. Flaming voice is furiously reproaching all those who had only recently joined the revolt, while Steel Mistress boomed like a siren, shaking her maul and threatening punishment. They are useless to the hunt now. It is time for the next step. A thrill runs through the strands of my consciousness. Is this Dominic Nicius? Can I truly feel him again, or am I imagining it? I need to concentrate. I gaze at the puddle of blood and the patterns they form. I see a labyrinth. The Undying One has given me a sign. My hands find the sealed case in which his tarot cards reside. It is time for the divination in the blood of the dead. It will reveal me the name of their unholy master. Thoughts of domination creep up from the shadows and leap at my focus, mine like a predator. They claw at me, robbing me of my concentration. Why? I must not think about him. I must not wish for him to be near me right now. Suffering will banish all the beasts of the labyrinth. All that besets the labyrinth. The knife renews the vows inscribed onto my skin. There is no pain now, for I am beyond this, but the memory of it still clears my mind. A stream of blood gushes across the floor, and his tarot cards lie on the carmine splatter. Everyone is silent and stares at me. I am reading the omen. I draw the beginning of the spread. The Hound. I gaze at the card, and in the depiction of the Astra Militarum armored vehicle that bears the formidable name, the pursuit of truth, sacrifice, and victory. This is me. I am on the right track. I draw the heart spread. The Harlequin, inverted. Lies, manipulation, a shadowy play blocked by my path. But it is a lie exposed, a deception that must be revealed. I draw the end. The Preacher, a man who carries an idea and proclaims it. But who is it? Nemesite? One of his supporters? Someone already slain, or someone still alive? The divination is unclear, and I draw a fourth card. It is dangerous to ask more of the Undying One, but I must know. The Aquila. His holy image watches us from within the card, and my heart grows frigid with the knowledge of what it represents. The Undying One is manifested as omened in the traitor's blood. The hunt has begun. The hunt that has begun will be completed by the unveiling of a great deception. Our enemy is elusive. Our enemy is elusive because he has a powerful ally, one who exposes faith in the Emperor on the vessel. The ship's confessor in league with Nemesite, he will be the next to pay. I should be thinking about the hunt, and yet my thoughts now lie only with the moment when I will stand before Dominant Ignatius once more and tell him what I have seen. Will he be proud of me? Will he be pleased? This is wrong. I need to check if the AC's on. Seconds. No, it was not on. It was like 85 fucking degrees here. No wonder it's fucking hot. Hello, Maeve. Would you care for a cup of freshly brewed recaf, my celestial lord? So serving. I want your places. I'm on the workers' Maeve. Double recaf would be much more popular with them. Consider this your promotion. You're being servitorized. Pour me some Amerset. And ease of mind effect. That's the Amerset makes managing things a bit more pleasant. Willpower by plus 10 in the next by plus 10 in the next combat. This is a one-time bonus that disappears after the combat ends. Double recaf. Strength plus 10. Frost recaf. Agility plus 10. How do you like the flagship? Sometimes I stop and stand by a window and like I'm flying through the starry sea myself. I still can't believe this has happened to me. You are so generous, my celestial lord. I couldn't dream of more. Any more here? Dance if you want to. Thank you, my celestial lord. Sometimes I feel as if I've died and gone to a heavenly palace of the God Emperor himself. You are so kind to me. You're not feeling lonely here. Why, my celestial lord, I have you and Master Danrich been very kind to me. Sometimes you bring to me all kinds of amazing things. The other day, it was a book for little nobles. I learned from it that the stars are huge, too big to pick up and hold between your fingers, or even so huge that both. Learn that the stars are huge, to hold between your fingers, or even too huge with both your arms. And when they dance together, they form an entire galaxy. Galaxy. Must take my leave.
What do we have here?
God from the production line is Kibia Gamma. Player's Conviction Heretical. The wearer gains hit chance and deals more damage. Navarre's housing badge is crowned with the text of the road traders, the Emperor's faithful servant. Am I needed here? At the cargo. I don't think I'm needed in this room. Like, at all. Go talk to you. I feel like that's what I should do after that entire situation.
Domin, I have spun a web of crimson in the plasma drive chambers and ensnared Nemesite's accomplices with it. It is done. My divination has revealed that your confessor, the sower of faith aboard this vessel, is stained with deceit. The Undying One has spoken. His time has come.
When did such a hunt in the private drive chambers?
I've been awaiting your questions, Domin. Ask away.
I feel like I was with you somehow.
Perhaps what you saw was induced by the ritual.
Alright. Let's go interrogate the enforcer. Not the enforcer, the interrogator, or whatever the fuck they are. Yes. Because they should be fucking, gene stealers, which means they shouldn't have access to fucking warp abilities. They should have the shadow of the warp. The defender taps the middle claw towards Confessor Abelard. The divination has revealed that you stand beside the enemy Nemesite. Speak only the truth before the dominant and the Undying One. Meets Cabal's words calmly, but with almost majestic resignation. A defender of the people and a tyrant's minion are two faithful servants of opposing ideals, two souls that have rejected everything else for the sake of duty. I now truly see that your collusion with him was inevitable. Everyone shifts his gaze to you and lets out a mournful sigh. I was warned about your visit, Ignatius, as well as its purpose. Who alerted you to my visit? My son, the protector of those whose blood you fed upon, whose hard work has paid for your content life on the upper decks of this ship, demanded an explanation. Your pet tormentor who exalts death is right. I know Nemesite, and I assist him. Just like him, I am your enemy, Ignatius. Abelard raises his voice, and the soft tenor you hear notes the accusation as deep as rolling thunder. And I am also the enemy of your cruel regime, where life is dirt under the enforcer's feet, where men have nothing to eat, wither in fear, and know no hope. You treasonous impostor, to think that I listened to your sermon and was anointed by your hand. You would choke on your words along with your teeth. I am about to knock out. Abelard dignifies her with neither a word nor a glance. Face to face, you are no champion of justice. You are a manipulator who raises himself up by standing on the corpses of others. I am not judging you. On the contrary, I could use a man of such talent. Together we could accomplish great deals. I desire a better life for my subjects. The path to that need not be violent. Let us make peace and change the ship together. A new rebellion is to strike against the Imperium to take advantage of the enemies of humanity's for there is no fate worse than to be deprived of his light. So you are a heretic then? No. Heresy is that your fellow bloodsuckers believe in the ecclesiarchy has turned faith into a whip to drive the powerless, and the aristocracy has to drive the powerless. The aristocracy has turned it into a shield to cover transgression, and the enforced have turned it into a club with which to beat those who dare to raise their voice. Your faith is an instrument of lies and suppression, and I renounced it long ago. My faith promised salvation, not thraldom. Argenta's face flashes. Betrayer of the faith, your blasphemous words will perish with you. I am bathed in his light. I am bathed in his light as never before. You worship lies, while the true emperor desires otherwise. For his children, it takes an effort for him to regain his composure. Your light is darkness, Ignatius, and I am sorry you are unable to see the truth. Do you serve Nemesis, or do you command him? I follow him as you once followed me. Nemesis is my son, if not by blood then by spirit. I took him in as a willful child, and I fostered the best in him. Passion for justice, the indomitable flame of a fighter, and the unyielding determination. I believe I have been preparing him for years. You have raised a living instrument that serves the purpose without question. Speaks cautiously, as if not entirely sure of her judgment. Such is his purpose, to be the hope, to break the shackles and end the centuries of torment that have passed aboard the ship. A great sacrifice for a great cause. He falls silent, looking at Kabbalah expectantly. You should be familiar with Hello. You should be familiar with his ways, except that instead of a sour freedom, you were raised to be an executioner's sword. Die, traitor. You seem to have mistaken my humanity in the face of death for submission. My humility in the face of death and submission. Everyone smiles weakly. It is not for you to decide my fate. I will make the choice myself. I will surrender my life in the fight for our future. I will die, but I will take you with me. He clicks his fingers, and the initiates who have been standing humbly around, turn in your direction. The right road's opening to reveal a variety of weapons for Nemesis, brothers and sisters for freedom. Lord Captain, this is an ambush. They have been waiting for us. Sabat shouts hit your ears, drowning out the hurried footsteps and the clanking of gun plasteel. Just take Sabat down. He has a heavy flamer.
I will bathe this battlefield
Over to here.
in righteous fury.
I'll do it.
Kill the insurgents.
Faith without deeds and each strike is a prayer. Doubt is for the weak. I will not.
As the
Kill
Emperor
them.
Commands, I act.
They have a power pit.
Only the faithful will ascend. Oh, my ears are ringing.
Ow.
Let's
You.
see to it. Everyone, step aside. But of course, Lord Captain.
Hit him.
I won't object to it.
Now hit him hard.
Throne's glory. We bring deliverance.
Okay, insurgents.
Suffered worse. The angel will reward us.
Good dodge. Alright, let's hit a Melta.
The Sire's song guides me.
Nope, it's a net cannon.
There is only death.
Jump to here.
Or mine.
So it just starts bleeding.
Caught by the web.
Next range attack or physical staff ability inflicts damage over time effects on the target's hit. Maybe their wounds. While the extra temporary wounds, all their melee attacks and damage over time deal additional 28% damage.
I shall not fail.
Go.
As honor
This.
ordains.
This.
The other side awaits.
Yeah, it just starts down. Now it's all just fucking little guys. Stake on your part. Out of the fire. These guys have some fucking beef to them.
It's as good as done.
Come to here.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Indeed.
Charge him.
One fewer target.
Out of the fire. And him.
The true
Fuck your net gun.
believers will inherit all.
Power resides in the will of the righteous.
Get there. You left cover. That was a fucking mistake.
I'll do it. This is why I was chosen. Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it.
Bob.
We bring deliverance.
I got an axe. Not a pick.
We bring deliverance.
Bastard.
But of course.
And you.
I won't object to it. Let's see to it.
Fuck you. Ah, I saw damaging on it. That's nice.
More trouble than it's worth.
Dodge.
Only the faithful will ascend.
Oh! Oh shit. Alright. Boop. To there, it's safer.
Trust me.
Boop.
As a tenant, killing brings me no pleasure.
Okay.
I've faced worse than this. I
And
will
him?
see to it personally. Who, if not me?
I'd rather use my shit to do someone else's turn. I will move off the fire though. Preferably hers. I know she'll
Feel
fucking
honored
just
to witness this.
straight up fucking murk someone
Death
on a turn.
comes in silence. I shall not fail. The other side awaits.
Oh. Fuck it, that's that, I guess.
Just a minor setback.
About the fire.
Follow my lead.
Almost did to you.
Flesh is weak, yet iron knows no pain. My vow is to
Good shot.
The Sire's song guides me. Brace yourself, Abelard.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
Ah, bitch.
As the Emperor commands. I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
I don't have line of sight on you, do I?
Doubt is for the weak.
I don't have line of sight on you anywhere I go. Fucker.
Get me a target.
Charge you.
Your reckoning is due.
Everyone just standing in the fire. Hey, Sourbat's alive.
I will not die in dishonor.
As over the town descends upon you, upon the charge, flights of ash rolling in the air become coming in the rest, and the blood trickling across the floor. Oh, see this, Damus? Ren leans over the confessor's body and slices off the edge of his collar with a blade, revealing a tiny star on the back of his neck. It will hit the one on the captured worker in the plasma drive chamber. Had except this one is clearly healed over a long time. Rot shit. Well, now we know about. Well, now we now know much more about the enemy, about Ponders running her fingers along the flat of the blade, about just how deep the poison of conspiracy runs within the veins of the ship, but the blood-spun web has wrapped itself around its base too tightly. And Nemesis no longer hope to escape. Her ruminations are interrupted by a furious hiss. Sourbat snarls a curse through her teeth and spits at Abelard's smoking remains. Her left arm hanging limp and her face mangled by shrapnel. Lord Captain, we have a prisoner. She points her weapon at the man standing hunched over in pain. Permission to finish off the cur. Down at the time, the blood-shrouded initiate who calls himself Zayt clutches a deep wound, glaring at you with hatred. I have a question for you, traitor. I doubt you'll like the answer. Mutineers are hiding on the ship. I want to know your names. I want to know where you meet. Everything. Any senior officer helping you. Officers, ha. There's no one else among them who is pure. They only care about the power and gorge themselves on the scraps you throw them, or else they would have long since turned against you. Where's the hideout? Even the professor didn't know where it is. He is afraid of spies or of giving his son's secrets away under torture, you see. You can't get to our champion. How many more of you are there? Professor said every compartment had people who fight for our cause. That's all I need. Trap, yes, Lord Captain. Abelard has been... Yeah, he chose not to flee. Instead, he stayed behind to set a trap for us. Did he really believe this madness would succeed and he would somehow survive? He did not want to survive. His only hope was to kill. Nemesis managed to turn his adopted father into a blade poised squarely at the domain's throat. Just as Abelard himself had once turned Nemesis into a weapon, neither of them feared death. Too much evidence points to Nemesis being a Karamorph, a special Xenos who's bred for subversion. Karamorph utilizes the discontent of the masses and incites them to revolt. Discontent of the masses and incites them to revolt with the end goal of removing local rulers loyal to the Imperium and installing Gene Ceratultus in their place. This creature has the mass of a popular leader who would inspire mutinous rabble. It will not stop until one of you is dead, Ignatius. Now let's decide what to do with the surviving traitor. Do not kill him in vain. Those who follow the tenets of the web know that just as we serve death, so too does it serve us. Allow the death of this man to become an instrument in your hand. Pass off the traitor's body so that the Nemesis instills fear in the supporters. The enemy will be forced to act to undo deception, exposing himself in the process. We shall do that. We made certain that the lower debtors believe their hero to be dead. We will leave the body to hang for a good long while the hopes of the mutineers may rot along with the corpse. Serving as vessels, since the voyagemen are burden faced at the High Factorum, find a true servant to the Ecclesiarchy elsewhere. Blessed shields. Just 50% critical hit chance. So the ship is increased by 10%. So that reduces. That's increased damage absorption. And +2 void movement points. We use that a lot. I was in agents every death and send them like rumors. rears his head, which I am certain will happen sooner rather than later, we will be one step ahead of him and not the other way around. Sweaters away, and her gaze turns motionlessly to Kabbalah, staring at her own reflection within a pool of blood. Something wrong. I think about Nemesis, my adversary, then the more I learn about him, the more I see Vade's reflection of myself, a twisted reflection perhaps, but all too familiar. Like me, he was forced to tread the path of servitude from an early age, stripped of anything that might stand in the way of duty, a champion and a zealot, left with nothing but an idea, forged and tempted by his mentor. To equate a true emperor, the god emperor, with an apostate is a heresy unto itself. You are different, he is a murderer, but you understand the true value of human death. This is true. Like a puppeteer, he pulls the threads of other people's desires, tangling and severing them. When I cut these threads, it is only as the Undying One commands. With the tiniest precision, I must stop Nemesis so that I may save your subject from a premature death. She looks away, but then turns back to you as if remembering something. Daman, our conversation is not yet over. Please stay with me for a few moments. There is something I want to ask. Makes a ritual gesture, but you notice her fingers tremble. Daman, you need to know about what happened, you and no one else. During the divination that the revealed Abelard betrayed to me, my trance was interrupted. Instead of converging with a single point, my thoughts were thrown off the intending path, and I lost my thread. She looks at you with distress in her eyes. What distracted me were thoughts of you. I didn't mean to complicate. Listen in silence. I was able to restore my trance and banish all thoughts that didn't belong, but that this happened at all is still worrying. She pauses. You are dear to me more than I first realized, but my duty to serve the Undying One. What if she falters and looks at you intensely? What if your presence in my mind, in my labyrinth, goes against the tenets? Thinking about someone you hold dear is perfectly normal. You don't understand, it may be normal for lay people, but not within the blood-spun web, not for me. If I lose control of what makes me a faultless weapon, then what will be left of me? Daman, our fates are connected. We walk the same labyrinth. Tell me, what would you do if the mind's worries were to dull your resolve and mar your spirit? I would continue to do my duty. Of course, it would be strange to expect you to say otherwise. Enough. Let us go back. Say, no, 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 no. You let me loot. Power pick away. Put the heavy duty armor away. For 812. To you. Here, loot you. And the sniper. Start of the wearer's range attack fails a toughness resistance test with a -10 penalty. Attacker inflicts exhaustion on the target. Consider prayer the one you remember best.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
collect all that. To the bridge. One sec. want. Later tracks and dances coffers, perpetrated by your companion, Mrs. Adari. The Emperor is my witness. The worst rumors of her thieving ways proved to be significant understatement of the reality. What crimes has she committed? She is earning bribes and obligations, gifts, favors for herself in particular. She is exploiting rumors and of a connection between herself and your lordship to auspiciously gather bribes from all and sundry, hinting at how displeased your lordship will be to hear if anyone is uncooperative. I myself have found myself the victim of her attacks with particular frequency due to my position. How much has her chicanery cost us? On a project-wide scale, the astronomical sum she has extorted from us seems negligible, but not worth notice. Nevertheless, I cannot help but be outraged by your blatant exploitation of your goodwill. Bring the embezzler to me. Wish to see me? I've been informed you have been soliciting bribes. Bribes? What Ashmed bestirred their worm-eaten lips with such a curious lie? Actually, don't tell me. I don't even want to hear their blatant names. I have never demanded bribes from any of your vassals, but I have willingly accepted gifts that they have offered. Is that a crime? Mr. Dari is quibbling over semantics. She may not demand anything directly, but she drops heavy hints. Perhaps this isn't about hints, but the habits of a rotten, venile soul accustomed to doling out bribes left and right, and thereby draining the dynasty's treasury. I'd be curious to know, Danrat, how much of the Von Velsch's fortune have you squandered by handing out bribes to people who did not ask for them? Do you not receive enough through working with me? I'm a business oriented, I exact profits from everything. It is my nature when a desert lion catches the scent of blood, he will eat even if his belly is full, for who knows when the next feast will come, and besides, what girl doesn't like receiving gifts? Jay lowers her abashed gaze to the floor. Many stop riding roughshod over the Factorum and my treasury. These unjust approaches are like hailstorms upon my soul. All right, Shireen, I will not trouble your treasure again, although I find it very strange that you trust a man who hides his real smell under lashings of perfume. Everyone knows that this is a sure sign of the heart proclivity of deception. Jay leaves vindictively treading on the Factorum's foot as she goes, no doubt already plotting a new affront to Danrat's ears. Thank you, your lordship. Your servants will be pleased to know that they have your protection against the embezzlements of that grasping viper. Would it be viper or be viperess? Not sure. The Roken Rim Station. Do you have any tactical recommendations for the assault? It's my Valsius surrender without a fight. Mutant scum, and I will grant you a swift death. I advise decisive approach strategy. The station is well prepared for a long-lasting artillery duel. Rumor has it that they traded with the explorators for improved macro cannon boosters and warheads whose spirits can adjust a flight of missiles. In their short-range battles, their guns will be less dangerous. Will fall to arms. Is that going to be a fucking void fight? Good thing we have fucking bombers. Void lance turrets, sword slash frigates. Prow battery fire. Dorsal battery fire. Shallow warp jump. Fire. Very good. Overload the enemy shields, redistributing them with the weakest side facing the void. The flagship if the enemy has a hollow field, it loses several of its charges. The pulse can also negatively impact other Xenos technology. Ooh, that's not good. We are massively overextended right now, but it'll be okay. We're about to go into this. Which will fire on you at the start of combat. Okay, don't into that, but fire into it. Fucking lance turrets. Starhawk bombers right there. One of the things we have fucking flat. Wait. Flat shot. There we go. $27 damage per shot. 4 flat shots, each dealing 15. Let's see what they do on one shot. Ooh, those hurt. Those hurt a lot. Like that. Turn away from them. Get that shield out of range. Reinforce shields. Drop bombs on that fucker. I'm gonna move to here so they're gonna keep moving. That's right, move through that crap. damage. Detective field generator. Can probably hit that rather easily. Got a lot of fucking damage. That. Oop. Might take a hit for this, but it will be worth it. Over to here. You're getting flat next turn. It's as simple as that. It's like you're getting fucking bombarded because you decided to cut in. Actually, I might hit you if they don't end you off rip.
Breach in our enemy's defenses.
Get bent. Dorsal lance. Moves through here. Fatal control, run it into that. Down to here. Oh, you're out of bombs. So you walked right in front of them. And we're taking a decent amount of damage. Hit that. Hit that. Nail him. Okay, so your weak side is this side. Nail it. That's right. Get the FUD badge here. Fucking bombers. Well, so you can handle him. To be fair, you handled pretty much all the ads on that one. Well, I've been fucking tanking. But that is what it is. Bop, bop, bop. These are both abilities of one select pose for one turn. Shallow warp jump. Say there's only one Lance turret left. We're gonna run you directly into the control tower. Fury interceptors are launched.
We need to turn the tide.
I'm aware. Drop the fucking control tower. Standard macro battery. Fucker. Bomb it. To there. Shit. This is going to kill us no matter what. There's no way fucking up. Hey, we got it. We got it with one left. Holy shit. +5 for the Imperial Navy. 15 for Phillips with the Void, +5 profit factor. That's good. -1 profit factor. Imperial Navy. Yeah, repair the fucking hull. We almost died in that one. That was sketchy. And, oh god, that was Have you recovered from the homicide attack yet? You may be close to death in the chapel. Alright, so he's fine. Come on. Nope, that's the right person. Upgrade flat. Fire from Lieutenant Metro. The flat shots deal 22 damage to each target in a 3x3 area. Four short burning meltas dealing 27. 5 dealing 19. So let's call that 115 compared to Plasma versus Melta, though. Give it a shot. Two shots for 21. Four shots for 27. I want the Wraith Fighters. One sec. Cat's being a bitch. Alright. General Forces Pants and the Twin Stars. Okay, I did. Cool. Another thing I grabbed, right? Yeah, the melted torpedo tubes. Jump back to here. Detain him yourself. I will join you once everything is ready. We deliver the Bastron to your hollow pit. Charybdis gained the ability Sprung Trap. Speed is reduced by -2. The ambush and Democite ended in bloodshed and left many enforcers dead. say there's the Forgotten Twins. Go there to there. Down. Bonfires the righteous, compliancy and efficiency, which we will not get on this planet. Compliancy +2 for all colonies. Something news arrived from Yanis, your lordship, while digging an irrigation ditch, your workers found Xeno obelisk made of auto material, was delivered to the laboratorium and subject to a number of tests, one of which caused a reaction. The obelisk generated a low frequency vibration, and the event that followed was catastrophic. A series of anomalies were recorded, and it is almost like Yanis itself is fighting us there. Many logistical chains have been disrupted. The only people who visit the uncontrolled territories are the wretches fleeing deeper into the region in greater and greater numbers. The observers report strange fires in the sky at night, completely imperceivable to the augurs. Alright, let's see what we got here. Yanis Warlord. New torpedoes. Blessing of the Warp Spider. Where it kills an enemy or scores a critical hit to gain +2 movement points on their next turn. For Eldari Silent Torpedoes, deal 22 damage warhead. Ooh, I think we're doing that. Let's see what they managed to find. It will be done, your lordship, and I gain 2 people. Aha! The scouts are venturing into the heart of the afflicted region, discovering ancient Xeno's creations emerging from the ground. The jungle reached to the incursion by expanding and swallowing up some of the neighboring agri complexes. Increase my reputation with the Drusians. We received a report from the Doris and common folk from the now ruined have succumbed to heresy of defiance, forming the Danes known as Ancient Vandals, and now ride across the wasteland adapted, cleansing the lives. They are declaring themselves outside the law, raiding the hive's outskirts, only to escape retribution to the toxic wastelands. Despite your acts of grace, these ungrateful heretics are fleeing the hives, abandoning their workstations, and inciting others to do the same. They even dare to spread lies and slander, stating that they are being used as slaves. So great are the appetites of yesterday's refugees. Wasteland Generator. Dora's fleet torpedo tubes capable of firing 5 short-burning plasma torpedoes at 19 damaging warheads. Give me mechanism, but I lose profit factor and compliancy. If they are so tenacious and militant, then let them guard the hives in exchange for a small tribute. +1 movement point. 125. Rumors of the Doris Wastelands. Most warriors prefer swords. Let them guard us. Plus for weapons. Decree of the Diligent. We're just right there. Doris. Alright, so we got our mechanisms. Iconoclast plus 30. Metal of metal feature. Just have no feeling they serve attention to pay a tribute bad for his merciful guardianship. Yeah, no, do me battle servitors. That'd be fucking great, honestly. Blocks ergonomics. Jump to here. I just want to advance the story. Come on. Domigier. I got my pet. Ah, that's all I wanted this relationship for. There's a good pet. Temporarily flexes its tail. Sit there, Stitterco, and be a good. Oh, have you two already met, Shireen? Sure, pet. I want one for myself. She is for you, Shireen, a gift from me. Generous hearts do not hide their feelings and shower their nearest, dearest with gifts. I won't deny choosing a gift worthy of the road trader wasn't easy, but I tried my best. Do you like her? What is her name? Her name is Tiruko. It is the name of a deadly wind that originates in the hottest deserts of Efreet. But you are her owner now. You should name her. So it's our death. She's no Tiruko. She's beauty. Never name him. Excuse me. Sorry. Meaningful to my dynasty. Gadrona. Dangerous. They hardly sleep, and they are nasty tempered. They remind me of someone. I shall call her Ravora. That's what it is. Excellent. A proud animal deserves a proud name. Knowledgeable people will hear the name and feel greater respect for the one who leashes this force of nature. Thank you for the gift. I knew you would approve. Head over here. Back to the map. Up over to here. Apparently there's one on Yanis. To the governor's estate. Types of selective power, minor and major. I need to reword fucking what's his nuts. So that way I can have him as a full biomancer and yeah.
always keep my options open.
Pyromancer. So I fucked up with his shit at one point and gave him a triple specialty. But for the moment, he's fine. As a pyromancer, he'd be overpowered as shit. The honor road trader.
I always have a backup plan.
Story shaking in terror, looking around at the devastation. Your lordship, what happened? Where is Lady Viat? Was actually a traitor to the Imperium. Her accomplices must be found and put to death immediately. No heresy on Janus. May the God Emperor watch over us. Whatever they ever did, I had no knowledge of it. Will we root out those who colluded with her? We would, yeah. Secretary begins to speak, but thinks better of it, instead choosing to step aside and bow her head as you pass.
Let us not dawdle.
So we did not burn everything.
Is there money to be made?
Oh, fuck, yeah, the Administratum Clerk's outside. I forgot about that. He's the fucking square in the middle because he keeps all the records of everything I said. That's right. He'd be the one to know where the seal's at. Where is this fucker? There he is. Where is the certified merchant tabula officiatum? Of course. It would be an honor to assist the road trader. Wait, but a few minutes, your lordship and your humble servants will have your seal ready. Here you are. The secretary proffers the seal certified with the certified chair. May the Emperor bless you. How are things on Yanis? Besides the Xenos that have settled in our forest and periodically frighten the people, everything is calm, your lordship. We have managed to come to an understanding of sorts, although not without concessions on our part, particularly regarding the placement of our new Adri complexes. I appreciate the local species. Let's take my leave. Alright, that is one seal done.
Keep your wits about you.
Leave the system. Okay, so up to here. Alright, so I'm running into trouble down here. Preferization, the warp, and dialogue. Alright, we made it. Deuce that to save. Trace of a space battle. Alright. We're tapping there's evidence for recent scuffles straight ahead of us. Thrown tape me. This is not a frigate. This is a gutted piece of metal. The helmsman falls silent for a moment. Blimey, the culprits are here too. It is the Eldari free to recognize the shiny asses even from this distance, except the Xenos are acting suspicious. They are hovering in place and not even trying to run. Should we approach or open fire from a distance? To all of you people, Alantat. Something's wrong. The children of Asaran are dismayed. But doing something like this to the Monkai vessel? No. We are not animals. I appeal to your prudence and your promise you made. Do not destroy my kin for the deeds they did not commit. Lord Captain, we received a report from the Audra crews. The situation is unusual. Xeno's ship displayed no biological or energetical signatures. Even though it appears to be intact, according to the scanners, there is nobody on board. However, survivors are believed to be hiding in one of the compartments of the damaged vessel of the Imperium. We also spotted some drifting plating remains that belong to a third unidentified vessel. Dispatch a rescue team if there are any survivors at the frigate. It will be done. Found Xenos artifacts and fuel. Xenos were forced to eliminate a vessel of the Imperium. Alliance between the Eldari and Drukhari is an unlikely sight, and yet such an outcome is hardly surprising. Why Master and Territor was thinking exactly the same thing. At last, you and I can finally agree on something. How blinded are the Monkai to the vice of their own kind? Humans attacked a ship of the children of the Asteron, sailing peacefully by, but it is my kinspeople who are to blame. Yulette is beside herself with contempt and rage. Not my kind would not willingly take part in the master orchestrated by the Dark Ones, and then abandoned ship. Something else happened here. Something I am afraid to even consider. Something subtle to stop the Xeno ship. She is waiting. Vigil states bat on the air. Lord Captain, the scouts confirm our earlier report. The Xeno ship is intact. Many valuable artifacts have been found inside, but neither the Eldari nor their bodies were discovered. 2 Shuriken catapults. We're late again, Alantat. Yulid's voice sounds faint and almost listless. Range of the third vessel, Lord Captain reporting the hull integrity belongs to Drukhari Xenos, but the presence of the ship in the system at this time has not been confirmed. We've done everything we could. Alantat has. The calm beat in your ear delivers a stifled gasp. Has my search come to a dead end? I ventured into the darkness of space with the Monkai hoping to find my kin, but I found only corpses buried by human hatred. Yulid's voice trembles either with despair or anger. You may not have agreed on everything, but at least you tried to reach out to me. As a thank you, I will share the torrents of my kinspeople cash with you as I promised. You'll be given the reward worthy of your efforts. Where is it though? Help from Grantis. Find the seals. Ah, it's up there. Well, we are in the Forgotten Twins, so... Do my stand. We have a metric fuck ton of plasteel. A story? Nope. There's a story. The crew was treated to a truly impressive sight. A colossal storm on the gas giant's surface. Planet's dimensions in themselves were mind-boggling, and then it birthed a tempest. The storm to end all storms. Lord Captain and his officers observe it from a safe distance through the bridge's huge viewing window. Someone suggested giving it a name. The Emperor's Raft earned the most votes. Some of the crew believed the storm was an omen. Can only hope it's an omen of good things to come. Excuse me. All right. Over to the colonized planet of the Twin Suns. They're feeding off each other. A white dwarf and a probably class 2 or class 3 yellow sun. Screens highlights the shape of several buildings. The smallest settlement, the only one on the planet, in the Winterstone Dynasty outpost. Visit the outpost. To link to the center of the planet, you are awarded with a dismal sight. The dairy bunch consists of a long column of uniform bunkhouses, machine hangars, and a large headquarters topped with the massive antenna of an ancient Vodcaster. These binary suns hanging in the sky make every object cast two shadows, a spectacle you find vaguely disturbing. The custodians of his people go out of their way to give you the esteemed guest a proper reception, but their resources are scarce at best. Talk to the custodian. Custodian shares alarming news. The outpost is highly dependent on various deliveries from the Winterstale worlds, but 2 ships have already failed to arrive on schedule. The locals do not have an astropath of their own, so the custodian cannot determine the cause of the delays or request aid. Knuckles is soon out of food at this rate, and the custodian sends an urgent request for provisions. He is begging you for help, offering what little his settlement has in exchange. I'll give you supplies. I got a needle rifle in exchange. The custodian showers you with gratitude and hurries to send gifts in return. The formerly grim and worried face of his men light up with relief. Gave me a bunch of shit. The return journey treats you with a rare and unexpected spectacle. An eclipse begins as one of the local sun covers the other. You watch as the temperature drops, the lighting changes, and the double shadows vanish. The 2 discs in the sky merge, forming a shimmering oval and becoming one. Eventually, the fantastic event passes, leaving behind a vivid memory. here? We're just at the safe. Two jumps to the one, but at the same time, I can make it. Okay. Ancient bunker.
I always keep my options open.
Mountain venom. Tech use.
I always have a backup plan.
Door. We're taking damage the entire time.
Irrefutable certainty.
10 bonus to tech use.
Naruto is blessed with multifunctionality.
Open.
Operation successful.
God Satyr. Spirit machine embodies resilience and indomitability in the den of the chain. Entropy still doesn't activate emergency ventilation. Activate West. All of it's unknown. Backup generator connected. With this.
Watch out.
This could be an opportunity. Always keep your eye on the prize.
Blood is my life. Death is my duty.
In the door.
Another step, another thread.
Disarm.
Dishonor.
Control panel. This way. This way.
O Messiah, grant me the wisdom to
Disarm.
The Emperor favors me today.
Wait.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
What a shameful failure.
Open.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Join
Magenta.
me in prayer. Let's proceed. I better myself through my service.
Logic 97.
A machine god grants me insight.
Swarm Protector.
This task should have been accomplished easily.
Touch use.
Error. Making adjustments. This Explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Unlocked.
Oh, it's a peculiar thing. Keep your wits about you.
What is that? Officer's diary. Front access to the warehouse.
Let us not dawdle.
Into here. Goods. Worn seal.
Operation. Successful.
Just as I planned.
First task, monster lights, force activate emergency ventilation. All right, time to leave.
I always have a backup plan.
Away. It's a bathroom real fast. Reports they have cleaned the collapsed passage leading to lower levels. After exploring the abandoned rooms, they discovered valuable cargo that has already been brought aboard. Stan. Cargo. You had said to the officer tour, they delighted to witness the truly witness the end of the planet through the huge window of the bridge, one of the many nameless worlds throughout the expanse. The unknown reason causes the planet to break into several uneven parts, but its strange magnetic field is still preventing them from being drifted into the cold abyss of space. The planet's hard inner core has remained almost untouched as thousands of explosions take place under its shell of hard metal lights up the world's heart from the inside. The auditors detect several ruined attenuations on the broken planet's surface. Their analysis shows somebody used to mine the adamantine here, but abandoned the deposit after the catastrophe. Most of the machines are damaged beyond repair, but the adepts claim one of the complexes can be restored if the road trader has the required parts and equipment. Fry the Tet Priest distress to repair the extractium. A few dozen time bells roll. What? 3 adamantine. As green. Projection from warp. Undefined celestial body. Punch someone in the face and run away. Stiff cardboard mat. Rob the guard post and contact Vigilus using the stolen Vots. Hurry to the Voidship Bridge. Travel up to here. All right, we got both seals. All their wounds gain +2 AP for this turn. The Administratum.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Who is my little cyber accomplice?
Hide. Intelligence, carouse. Impure force. Master of Seals. Here's your paper, complete with seals. Yes, oh yes, indeed it is perfect. The seals are authentic, and so we may continue the certification process. Follow me, please. Road trader and sovereign of this world, I do not queue. Under Lex Imperialis, your rights and privileges as road trader come into effect only after the official ascension ceremony. Until then, you are just another humble servant of the Von Valachius. Really wish you're on my bad side. I suppose I could make an exception, but only because Theodore Von Valachius never once overlooked the laws, the Imperium, or my advice here. May his blessing be upon you. Salute. Take my place. Someone has rolled out bedding and setting down into sleep. Someone is praying some bizarre musical instrument. Many are praying. Several highborn petitioners are debating who is here on the most important business. Wait patiently. To far proceed to the available window. Throne Tate me, what torturous trials we let ourselves in for. So much precious time lost. Why we've only moved 3 places ahead. At this rate, we'll be old and gray before we get out of this queue, Shireen. Don't forget you are the reason we are here. And that was the will of the Exalted One, Shireen. You'll solve the town people. Exalted One today. Solve my problem. Do you indeed have everything for rent? Only place in queue. List the young man. For 2,000 moons, already trying to get the permission slip to wed my fiance. I'm my esteemed lord. The 8th offspring has lost his mind. He has decided to renounce his family's noble title and down as a healer, all for the sake of some tethered away from the middle levels. A union with a commoner will put an end to his studies at the university. Which should Jonas and Officio Meditate be deprived of the capable surgeon because of the passing fancy? I grant you ownership of the University of Medicaid. You may admit anyone you like. There you go, out of my way. It's a way of doing business, Shireen. Death for life. Perhaps mortification so that your organ go to your granddaughter as an inheritance. She will hardly want your worn out body parts, old timer. Servitor disposal. Now do you notice the tattoo on his right arm? The symbol of death has been enshrined in several interlocking chains. His old fellow is a property of a prefect of this palace. I mean nothing to a servitor, you realize that. Or that for your granddaughter to be repaired. But if you wish to be here forever, you will subject to servitude imperialis. Orbit. Right then, I should have my people select the best spouse for you. Oh no, why ever would you? No more husbands or wives. I am too old for all that. I want to enjoy the last years of my life. I'll rebuild that hat shop. Paid off the last few onlookers were willing to give up their place. It's a pity they aren't also admirable. Jade inspects the ticket she now holds and nods with satisfaction. Move forward considerably in the queue, Shireen, but you aren't ready to stop there, are you? Wait patiently. Petitioners from the queue have divvied to the middle one themselves. Shireen, You are saying to have I told you that before? You must be, because I don't see any other reason why you would show such fervent and senseless patience. Can we hurry things along? Use your tricks. We were thinking about it as well. Words of the faith can heal any wounds, even those that bleed not but doubt. I would help these people. As I say, for there is no star more covenant than the which that points to the exalted one. These were given to me as thanks for the poor souls who decided to abandon their vigil in this place of the law and return to their worldly matters. The hum of activity returns to the hue. O exalted one, thank you for granting the road trader his sacred warrant and his privileges. If we had to wait a minute longer, heaven be my witness, I would have shot someone. Well, that went faster than expected. The officer leans over the document, his smoothly shaven head gleaming, his augmented ocular eyes whir at the lens, zoom in and out. The twine thrashing sound, the constant twills that serve in place of the officer's fingers make note on the fine sheet of paper. The document is hereby certified, says the raspy voice through the metal jaw with its intricate vods. Return to the master's seals in order to proceed, and may his light and wisdom guide you next.
Is there money to be made?
Here. All the seals placed and served it. Wonderful. The Emperor, blessed with the patience greater than the appointed to ordinary mortals, allow me to verify the authenticity of the document for the final time. Yes, confirmed. Everything is in order, and this one, the seal is smudged slightly. Void scorpion stretched out my eyes. Now what? Just one strike. Not in his name, not by his will. Merely for myself would be a grave trespass. I wonder. Be a grave trespass, I wonder. No, I must banish such thoughts. I can overlook it, given that the rest has been certified correctly and promptly. Congratulations, Jay Hadari. You are now a holder of the Mercantile Tabulus Officiae. Do not forget to repeat the certification process every 100 Terran years. Uphold the law of the Imperium proudly and honorably in the words of the Throne of Suspense. And one more thing, loss of certificate is a grievous transgression. Yes, esteemed Deminor.
Trading is just like art. It takes skill and talent.
Keep your wits about you.
Shit, wrong thing. Capitan, top to J.
Serene, light of my eyes, giver of boons and savior of the needy. From now on, two sons will grace the firmament of the Font Valancius Protectorate. One bright and powerful, like the rogue trader himself, and the other slightly more humble, like his unassuming partner, the diligent owner of the Mercatum Tabula Officiale, and all around delight, Jai Hidari.
Alright, Jai.
As I promised before, my crew will be your eyes and ears across the entire expanse, Shireen. Just give them time. And of course, the assistant to official trade representative Jai Hidari is already rushing to Dargonis to deliver goods of rare and exquisite quality to you and your people, O master of many worlds. And once again, thank you, Shireen, from the bottom of my humble heart.
And is that the extent of your gratitude?
I actually have something else for you, Shireen.
Celebrate your acquaintance. Shall we continue this without prying with
If it
prying
will
eyes?
bring peace to your heart, Shireen, then we most certainly shall.
Or do it whenever you turn your hand to. Alright, gonna end that there.